Hi everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp and welcome back to my channel. So we are back with another pick a mix card making session. So we've got our tubs here, we've got our style, colour scheme, project type and technique, and we're going to be doing the same as what we did last Sunday. We're going to pick one from each of our different categories and we are just going to see what we create with those options. So this really is to help us use all of our stash up. We are going to start with our project type. So we have an artwork page. So this is really funny that we're just not coming up with any card making at the moment, but this is the point. You know, I have got card sizes in here, but it just is lucky dip. And again, these are things that we could then bring onto card projects as well. So we've got an artwork page. Let's take a look at the technique, or really the product of what we're going to be using today. So we have got Distress inks. Let's go in with our style. So it is going to be a congratulations, okay. And then our colour scheme. I do actually have a recipient in mind, and hopefully we could put this onto a card because I do actually need a congratulations card coming up. And we are going for purple. Okay, it was going to be for a boy, but hopefully we can make this work. So let's just move our tubs out of the way. So we're making a congratulations artwork page using Distress inks and the colour theme is going to be purple. So what you can do now if you want to follow along with this is you can pause the video and go and pick out your products that you want to use for this. This is quite generic. So again, if you don't have Distress inks, you can use any other inks that you've got. Artwork page, I'm going to have to see what I sort of want to use for that. I think it's just going to be kind of a build-up of products is what I'm thinking. Obviously we're going to make a congratulations card, so we're going to need a sentiment there, and we're going to see how we're going to do the purples. What I think I might do is just add a little bit to this as well. I am thinking maybe purple and blue. And again, it's okay, this is really a jumping off point. We don't have to be really strict. You can be really strict with this, but the idea is then is just to kind of get your creativeness kind of going, and this is just a really jumping off point to start creating and having some fun, and again putting sort of like combinations together that you wouldn't necessarily think to do. So I'm going to go and pick out some products and see what we're going to create. Okay, so this is going to be a little developing scenario, but this is where I am sitting at the moment. So I've got a piece of watercolour card here. This is cut to 5x7 because I want to be able to put it on a 5x7 card, but this is going to be trimmed down. I've got my stamp set here. This one is called The Ultimate Big Words, and I'll leave a link to my Etsy shop in the description box down below where you can buy this. And we're going to use this long congratulations. So we're going to do our piece is going to be in portrait, in landscape orientation to fit that on. Then I picked up a stencil. This is a Star Spangled Mask from Funky Fossil Design, and I've got this one which is burlap texture background as well. I'm not too sure about that, but I'm definitely going in with the stars. I've got my Distress inks. I've got purples and blues here, so we're going to try and stick with the purples, but again I really do want to bring in some blues there. And I remembered I had this box here where I had taken a couple of these stamps from Tuxedo. These are quite old now, and they've got all these really great characters in it, and this one here is Celebrate Success, and because we're doing a congratulations card, so we're going to do a graduation card. So we've got our little animals, so we can decide which one we want to use, and they've got this little graduation cap, and I think we might go for this one which has got the little bow tie with the suit. We're going to add a couple of these sort of elements, the ABC, maybe the world in there. We're going to do one of the backpacks as well, and yeah, I think we're just going to kind of see where we go. So let's just start here for the moment. So I think I stamped a load of these in the hopes that really I should sit down and actually use them. And yeah, so I've got critters here from the other stamp sets that I've got that match in with these as well. And I think I just cut them all out on my Brother Scan and Cut machine. And yeah, I just put them all in this box and really should be using them, but I don't think I've used them since I did it. So I think I'm gonna go for the owl here. And then so I've got a little section here with the outfits. I think those are the farmyard ones. So we wanted, oh, that one there, which is just on top. So we want, that's a cute little outfit. And we also want a cap. It's a shame they don't have like one that's almost like a gown. Oh, there's one just there. So we're going to put that on there. We've got a little globe that we can add in. We have got a B there. We got an A. We're going to assume, because he is very smart, that he is going to get A's. But we're going to add them all on, you know, just in case. But I do believe that he's going to have done very, very well. That's what am I looking for? A C, if I can find one. And I also want the bag. There's a C. And there we've got a little backpack maybe. And I'm thinking then with the stars, I was thinking like a galaxy kind of background. Yeah, to use the sort of the distress inks and things is where I'm thinking about going for this. And then obviously with our stamp along the bottom, I was thinking then, you know, he could be stood on the congratulations, something like that. But then I thought I could do something with the stars for the background. And I picked out some colours as well of inks. These are my Hoo-Hoo markers. So we've got a chisel end on one end, and then we've got the fine. I didn't go for the brush, I just went for the fine nibs because I'm more used to the fines from when I first started with my tri-blend markers. They didn't have the brush nibs when I first got those. So let's think. So out of the purples, really, I'm thinking it's going to have to be Villainous Potion because that is the darkest one that I've got. We have got Wilted Violet or Dusty Concord. Maybe Dusty Concord more. Let's go with the Chipped Sapphire because that is quite a dark colour. And maybe we could go in with like Prize Ribbon. But then maybe the Wilted Violet would lift it up a little bit. So I was thinking maybe about making a little bit of a background. And then maybe doing the stars on top of it. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a pad. So this here, just to talk about this very, very quickly, is a new product that I am developing. I think this design is going to change. And it's going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be more this. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Got this design, but I think I might just go a little bit simpler with the daisies. And this is just a like desk pad, but really what I want to use it for is for if you're doing ink blending, you're going to be coming off the page. If you want to have something underneath for when you're using your markers, any sort of messy work, obviously with your inks it's going to sink right into the paper. And the idea is you have a glued line up there, and the idea is you can just rip it off and take a clean sheet. You can also make notes on here of like colours and products that you've used as well. So I'm really excited about this. Let me know if it's something that you are or would be interested in, because yeah, I have been using it in my own crafting and I think it has been really, really handy so far. I'm always just picking up little scrap pieces of paper to do like heat embossing on, or yeah, inking on too and things. So yeah, let me know what you think, but we're gonna trial it in this video. So what I need to decide is, do I just want to do maybe a little bit of blending? Let me just grab some blending brushes and let's just put some colour down. Let's just ink straight on, and I'm using watercolour cardstock here because I do want to maybe just splatter this with a bit of water. Let's do a little bit of Dusty Concord. Now that looks, just do some sort of gaps in between. Let's do a little bit of blue, so let's bring in some Prize Ribbons. Again, this could start off a hot mess, but we will see where we go with it. So I'm just going to try and Just, you can see it doesn't really want to blend very well. This watercolour paper, if I remember, I'll link it in the description box down below. So this is the watercolour cardstock by Creative Craft Products. They've got quite a big range now of their own products. And this is their 300 GSM watercolour card. So let's just get some of that down. Let's bring it, so you can see here like this little mess. I don't know how well the camera's picking up. It's just where I've got ink from the lid, and you can see that would then just be all over my desk and then would end up getting onto my project. So that's what's good about just using a little mat like this, something to blend onto, because it will sort of contain a lot of that mess for me. So let's just go with a little bit of that for the moment, and let me grab a cloth, because obviously this is just scratch paper. This is 100 GSM, so it really is designed just to go in the bin when you've done enough mess on it. It's not something that is designed to keep. So I'm going to take my water sprayer, and let's just spray this down. Can we get any of that kind of moving? So last week, the only thing I did end up speeding up or sort of cutting out of the video was me using my heat gun, because I just think it is the most horrendous noise ever. Let me just get some kitchen paper. So that's probably the only bits that I'm gonna kind of edit out of these videos, would be maybe if I'm using a heat tool. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a base there, so I'm just gonna hit this with my heat tool just to dry this off. So I just finished drying it, but I don't know, I'm not really 100% sure I like the way it's reacted. So this is the watercolor card, but I don't know, it's kind of, I'm not sure. I don't know if I like it. I'm just going to quickly redo it. This is the Lidl cardstock watercolour card that I picked up, and I'm just going to try it again quickly on here. So the ink is definitely going down differently. I'm not sure if the camera's really going to pick that up or not. But yeah, I don't know. I just really didn't like the way it was feeling in there. Let's put some blue. So let's just quickly, and this is the thing again, it just makes us use some products that maybe we wouldn't be gravitating towards necessarily, and it means then that we are kind of picking those products out of our stash again. And yeah, just seeing whether it's something that we want to add into our, you know, general rotation of products. So it's a bit more colour. So again, going for that kind of galaxy kind of look. Let's add just another little bit of blue. And then let's go in with that wilted violet just to sort of lift some of those areas, because our colour combination was blue. What I might do is, I don't know, maybe pick two out of the colour schemes. Maybe, I think that might work a little better, so then we've got an actual combination in here. So let's bring back just the dirty cloth. Let's come back in with our water. So that's definitely got, I don't know if you'll be able, if it'll pick it up on camera, but that's definitely given us a different look. Let's just add some more. So just kind of move that colour around. So those blues have definitely picked up quite a lot. I'm just sort of dabbing the tissue in just to pick some of that colour up, and I already think that looks better than what that does. I'm not 100% sure on this cardstock, and it's really, really flimsy as well. So again, I'm going to set this with my heat tool, and we're going to come in and again add some more layers on top of this. So I just want to show you these sort of side by side with each other. So this is the Lidl watercolour cardstock, and this is the Craft Stash watercolour cardstock. This one is only 180 GSM, so it is thinner, but this was supposed to be a 300 GSM. So obviously nothing's really gone through on the back of that. And this one is textured, which I think is going to add a nice element onto our project. But yeah, you can see where you've got all these dark areas. I think it's just where the paper is starting to kind of come away from itself a little bit. I'm not sure. I don't know about it, but I'm definitely happier with how this one looks. I'm just wondering, I'm just wondering whether I want to add, just to make it slightly more spacey. Again, slightly outside of our colour combination, but we're going to add some Nuvo shimmer powder, and this is in the Meteorite Shower. Let's just add a little bit of this, see what happens. Okay, so we've got those blues and those pinks and purples in there as well. I'm actually getting spray everywhere. Just kind of dab. And what I really love these about being the art project page and like the postcard we had last week. What I really love about that is, to me, that is all it's really saying is, yes, okay, maybe a particular size, but that's just saying to me like products, like, you know, we're going to use more products on here rather than maybe a card being a bit more clean and simple, or going for sort of more, I don't know, I don't want to say traditional products, but yeah, for me, these kind of ones is, these kind of options, these pick and make options, is going to be a little bit more, yeah, just pile everything on, I think. The only thing is we have lost a little bit of that colour from the distress inks underneath. So what I think we're going to do is heat set this again and just bring in a few more of those colours. Okay, so it has sort of given that more purpley tone, but what I'm going to do is come back in with this Villainous Potion, and yeah, I think I'm just going to darken up those edges. So we'll just come in here. And we're going to add a little bit of white onto here as well. So it's kind of giving us that like kind of sparkly background. Obviously you've got some of that nice shimmer in there. It's knowing how to kind of turn, say, that purple, because this is going to be for a boy, so a man. So yeah, it's just kind of being able to turn that a little bit more onto the masculine side. So let me grab some white paint. Okay, so just to hand, I've got this white ready mixed paint. I find it's not really very good for anything, so we'll see what it's like on here. Let's just put it on the edge of our block, and without getting it everywhere. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Starting to get a little blue. And what I also have on my desk is this little Spectrum Noir spray, and I'm pretty sure I've got those Perfect Pearls in here as well, just mixed up with some water. So we can just add that, and again I'm just going to heat set this a little bit with my heat tool just to see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to one side for the moment, and I think just while we let that dry completely, so I just take that off. Let's just rip off that top sheet. I'm actually just going to leave that on there, and I'm going to just put that to one side, and then we have a fresh sheet. So that's really what this is designed to do. So let's bring all our elements back in, and what I'm going to do is just zoom in as you guys can see. So we're going to go pretty basic with our globe. So I'm using the Ohuhu markers, like I said. So this one is G472 Vivid Green. So that's just, oh, that's a bit darker than I wanted, but never mind. I'm not going to bother doing any shading or anything here with these. I'm just going to colour these in because these are just going to be elements in the background. So let's just colour these in. So let me know what you think of these series. I think that first one did quite well. I think you guys did quite like it. Like I said, I really like these because this one here is B883. Yeah, what I really love about doing this is I sometimes sort of sit here and sort of get stuck in a little bit of a rut, to be honest, of what I want to create, and I'm obviously trying to stay on top of doing my videos, what was supposed to be 2 videos a week, because of this series here of the Lucky Dip card making. I'll just make sure you can see what I've got going on. Because of this series here, I've ended up adding a 3rd video back in. So the kind of schedule that is going to be happening, that I'm trying to stick to as much as possible, is pretty much the Lucky Dip card making on a Sunday, in the hopes that it's, again, like I said in the last video, something that you might want to craft along with, something that can be my version of going live. Like I said, it's pretty much going to just be unedited as much as possible. And then on the first Saturday of the month, I'm going to be releasing my brand new paper pads for that month. So this month we had, it was Mother's Day, and this one is Potato Brown E763. We had our Mother's Day packs, so that those videos will be coming up. I think if I did do some Mother's Day, didn't I, with the Gentle Blooms pack. I'll probably end up doing another set, because now we have finished our Valentine's Day series for 2024, and we're going to be starting our Mother's Day series. And I'm hoping to get a couple of showstoppers in here as well with the papers, just to kind of show them off a little bit more. And then what we have got as well is the Simply Cards and Papercraft that I resubscribed to. We're going to be doing that as well. Hopefully we're going to be doing 2 videos a month, just showing you 2 different ways. Hopefully they're going to be different ways of using sort of different styles and things, using those same products. That's kind of what I'm going for. So we've already had one this month, so we've got another one coming up, and then yeah, just like I said, we're going to be doing Mother's Day cards kind of in between that as well. So yeah, hopefully I am going to be able to stick to it sort of as much as possible. So far it is going quite nicely. I'm sort of doing it in between Florence's naps, and I'm doing it in between Damien being at home as well, where obviously then he can be playing with Florence. So currently she is asleep, so I'm not sure exactly how long I have got to be able to finish this. I was hoping to do a little bit of filming today, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. So let me know, yeah, do you like this style of video? Would you like it to be a premiere video, which means then we can do the live chat to the side of this video, and I can kind of watch along this and chat with you? Is that something that you guys would be interested in? Like I said, unfortunately at the minute I can't really facilitate going live, because yeah, as soon as she wakes up, like now, as soon as she wakes up from her nap now, there's pretty much nothing really that I can do. You know, it's going to have to be the end of our filming. I feel like I haven't coloured with alcohol markers for literally so long. I feel like I needed a 3rd blend here, but that is... Or am I using... Oh no, this is the lighter one. Yeah. Oh, just ignore me. I don't know what I'm doing. So So we're just colouring in the owl. Let's just put in those shadows there. I mean, he's going to have his outfit on anyway, so that's going to cover up his body. So I'm not too worried about that. I've got two lighter colours here. Hopefully they're not going to be, well, they are quite yellow, aren't they? Maybe we'll just do his beak. No, what colour is this? Okay, let me just pull back my swatches. So I'm just going to grab a different set of yellows. Okay, so we're going to do these two instead. This is dark yellow and dark teak. That's a bit better. So I wanted something, I wanted something different for his face. And his legs, they look like chicken legs, but never mind. So I did this a long time ago, where I stamped a whole bunch of these out, and then you can either fussy cut them, or if you've got a machine, get them cut out, or even if you've got the dies. And it's nice then, instead of having to kind of sit there and, you know, stamp and die cut or cut out or whatever the case may be, then you've got a pot there ready to go. So you can just craft when the mood takes you, and you've not got to worry too much about that side of things. Or you can do it if you are going away somewhere, going on holiday, then you can still do some crafting. You can take some stuff with you, and you know, you don't have to take your inks. You might want to take maybe your pens like this, so you can take that along and colour. So we're going to do the hat. So this one here I've done neutral grey 90 and neutral grey 140, just so we can get like a close to black without it being just black and boring. So let's do the hat. Oh no, I think I can hear her. Let's do our tassel. Yeah, do this one. Like so. Let's come in under there and kind of put that definition of our hat back in. Like so. I'm not sure what the lighting is like with this. Hopefully it is okay. My camera gets a little bit funny sometimes when it is on white, or so much white. So I'm pretty much going to do this outfit in black. I'm going to do a coloured bow tie. So let's just colour the shorts in, because again it would have been nice as they had the graduation cap. It might have been nice if they had an actual gown maybe. So again, I don't think you're really going to see kind of too much of this. Maybe I went in with too much of a dark shade to begin with. There goes the dog. Let's just do a green bow tie. There. Let's come in, do some gold buttons. Should we do a gold belt as well? Like so. And I think I'm going to leave the shirt because he would have a white shirt on. Let's grab some glue. I think I need to refill my bottle. So let's pop some glue onto there. Oh no. Okay, and my battery died. Another reason why I can't really go live. It's because my batteries don't last very long. Let's pop his hat on. So there is our little owl, a little graduation owl. What you could do as well if you wanted to, certainly with the outfit, is you could take the white off there so it looks like it's part of it. You could also do some masking as well if you were stamping this fresh. You could mask off the hat and the outfit and then stamp the owl on top of it and then take the mask off and it will look like just one image there, so you can do that. Let's do his bag. Let's do it in these yellow tones just to add a little bit of colour. So this is just quite quick colour in here. Of course, sometimes I find with the smaller images it's just a bit more faff to do, you know, your 3 blends and things. Like, I really love colouring with the alcohol markers. I think it's really fun, but yeah, sometimes I just think when the images are quite small it's kind of harder to get in those 3 different blends, because there just isn't really enough space. Let's do just a darker one for that, and same for that there. Bum 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 bum. Just blend out that a little bit. Like so. So there's his little bag, and then we just have the A, B, C. Oh, what I'd really love to do, but I'm not sure how I could do it, is I'd really love to make that gold, but yeah, I don't have one of those pens, the embossing powder pens, so let's just do it in these, because these do look kind of gold-ish. Let's just finish. Oh, this literally looks like the worst colouring ever. Oh, I've just coloured that in the dark one as well. Oh, bloody hell. Okay. Let's just see if we can blend these out a little. Okay. I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm going to leave those ones for the minute. I'm not 100% sure about those. So let's just put that there. Let's move all of my pens. Let's zoom you out again. Give my camera a moment to adjust. Let's bring back our background. Okay, so I think we still need to let this dry. So I'm going to go back over this with my heat tool. Okay, so here's our background. So let's bring out our stencil. So what you have with this, I don't know if this is still available or not, but do check out the Funky Fossil Designs website, because I could be wrong, but I do believe it's their birthday. So I'm not sure if they've got any sort of sales on or anything like that. But what we do have is the mask section. So let's just move that. So you could, if you just want, let's see how this goes in. Somehow this goes back in here. I feel like that should go there. Aha, there you go. So you can use it like this, where then you can stencil through so you don't get any mess on the outside if you're stenciling or whatever it is you're doing, or you can just use this bit where then you can carry on stenciling right to the edges. So what I'm going to do is bring this back in, and I'm not sure why it is black, to be honest. So what I think I might do actually is I should have kept that in place. There you go. I might actually keep this bit on. And I'm thinking, do we want to go over it with maybe a little bit of wilted violet? Let's just wipe off my brush. Let's see what this looks like. On here, whoops. Okay, I want to make sure we keep it in the same place. I don't want to risk tearing my piece, so I'm actually just going to hold it, which could be easier said than done, but I don't want to put tape on it. And what I'm going to do then is just move the stencil, my ink in there. I'm going to move the stencil to do the whole background. Do that bit there. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, I think that's cool. I can take it back. Oh, I don't know, is that a bit much now? Let's have a look. I feel like it's just a bit stark here. Because what I was thinking was, if I... Oh God, I'm never going to be able to line that back up. There you go. I was thinking about if I shifted it just a tiny bit and then came in with like some blue, whether I could make it look like a little bit of like a shadow. I feel like the purple's just a bit stark, certainly in that middle section. Oh, I think it's that bit there that I just don't really like. Let's put this back and just kind of dab at it a little bit. That's what I really love about Distress inks, is because they are water reactive. You can just kind of come back in a little bit. Maybe if I did just a bit on this side, maybe away from that lighter center. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it like that. I think I quite like that. I did want to really use this. This is the burlap texture. So again, for me, this is really like, let's just throw everything at this, being a, what did I call it, an artwork piece. Let's just come in. I'm using a lot more here than what I normally would if I was creating a card. So just creating like a little bit of texture, which I think is kind of fun. Let's just do another bit. I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. So again, we're just getting out of our comfort zone a little bit. We're trying something different. So what I want to do now is I really want to add some holographicness. Right, okay, sorry, my husband called me. So we're going to use our stamp, and it's going to go across. I don't know, I was thinking something like that maybe. I don't know, it's something a bit different, isn't it? I think it's a little cool. I was thinking about adding some like holographic stars onto here as well. If we just have a look, this is where I keep all of my dies, my nesting dies. You can see that pretty much all of them are by Creative Craft products. They have a really great selection, and I try to get them when they're on sale. Just to make them a little bit more. Oh no, my project. Oh no, I've lost my bag. Well, this is live crafting for you. Oh, and my stamp stuck to the bottom. I wouldn't even notice when my stamp had gone. Okay. Crisis averted. So let's get these out. So I'd really want probably like the tiniest one, just to add a few holographic stars around. Let's get, so what's this? I've got some rainbow shimmer card here. And I've got some scraps, which is good. So let's just cut a little piece off. And let's just cut. So this is the smallest star. Whoops. Let's put that there. So let's just die cut a bunch of these. Just to add some real stars. Yeah, so let's just do 3 because we do like an odd number, just because it's a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Okay, so there is that. Creating a star-shaped card would actually be really cool for this, but we weren't making a shaped card though, that's the problem. And our piece isn't really big enough for that. One day, when the option of creating a shaped card comes up, maybe we will make a star. So we've got some stars. Now, I'm just wondering whether I kind of wanted to heat emboss that on there. No, it's going to have to be... Oh, I think the stars on this side is a bit much. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit. The problem is my stamp is 5 inches across. So it really should be. I just feel like, I don't know, I don't know, this could be a mistake, but I just feel like they're a bit too stark. I don't know, maybe that was a mistake, I'm not sure. Because now they look a little pinky. Let's try the blue. Maybe, oof. What have I done? They just looked a little pinky. You're probably at home thinking, oh my god, what is she doing? So I need to decide. Oh, Florence is getting up. I need to decide what I want to stamp this onto. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's trim down our panel. So I'm going to do a black matte layer. So what have we got? So we want to do 6.5 by... we're just going to take that off each side. So that's 4.5. Let's grab some black card. Let's do 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. Sorry, 6 3/4. Everything is falling. Okay, let's get our card base. Here. So I'm going to move that a minute because I do have a tendency to get my cards quite mucky. So if we get this down, and then maybe I can just decide then. Oh, what's going on? I can decide then how I want to pop my do I want to put that on foam? Maybe I don't have a lot of foam left. This is the Time for Tea Designs foam tape, and every time I look it's out of stock, and this has lasted me ages. I don't use it all that often because I don't want to run out of it, but yeah, I'm not sure if they're getting more back in, but I really like it. I think it was really affordable for such a big roll, whereas some of the other rolls that I've had are up near the £50 mark. So I thought this one was a nice affordable option. I do think there's already a link to that in the description box down below. Like I said though, every time I go and check, it's always out of stock. So there's our background, which is pretty cool. Okay, now I need to decide what I'm doing with my sentiments. I feel like if I was to stamp it on here, maybe, could I, let's get my stamping platform, let's give it a go. So what I'm thinking is, can we then heat emboss it? Maybe with some clear embossing powder. So let me grab my my clear embossing powder. So I've used my anti-static powder to stop it sticking anywhere we don't want it to, but certainly if you're going to stamp onto holographic or anything shiny, mirror card, anything like that, you definitely want to heat emboss it, because otherwise it's, oh, I don't even know if it would dry actually, to be honest. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I don't know. Let me get holographic silver. I've just stamped that in clear Versamark ink, and I was going to pour over clear embossing powder, so you were never going to see it. So this is just black embossing powder. What a... Oh, okay. 100% not gonna work. Can I knock? No. Oh, okay. Let me put that in the bin. Let's just pour this black back in. Well, that was an oopsie moment. Let's... I don't know. Let's see if we can try that again. So let's just take this piece here. Okay, let's use our anti-static powder again. I feel like maybe it didn't make a difference. I'm not sure. Let's use our Versamark. Too much stuff everywhere now. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this. And I'm going to do it one more time. So there's still ink left over on our stamp there, so you could just put, to not waste the ink, you could put it straight back in. Get my words out. You could put a piece of paper back in there and stamp it just so you don't waste that ink. Okay, so that's... I feel like my anti-static powder bag tool did nothing. But... Okay, so I'm going to have to do this and then just pause this for a moment. Just because Florence has woken up. Let's just get this with our heat gun. Okay, something weird happened then. That started to melt. Okay, we're going to have to rethink our sentiments. Okay, so it is actually the next day now, the next morning. I obviously didn't get a chance to come back in here yesterday, but we are going to finish off this project. So this is obviously the last thing that we did, and yeah, it just sort of started to melt the paper itself. So we are just going to bin that. What we're going to do instead is we are just going to stamp onto some black cards. Okay, so I've got a piece of black card here. I do need my anti-static powder bag or powder tool. This one is by EK Tools. I picked this one up from Amazon if you are interested. So we're going to do some heat embossing with some silver embossing powder just to keep in with our kind of spacey theme that we've created. So nowhere, you know, within our Lucky Dip picks does it say anything about sort of space themed, but again, we took that purple theme. We used our distress inks again. We did bring in some other products, but we did use that. And again, like I keep saying, it is literally just a jumping off point. Make sure that this is in the right position. And there we go, so just move that. Let's pour over our embossing powder. I'm gonna knock off any excess. And you can see that we have, well, very little. There's a few little spots, but all of that embossing powder has stuck to the sticky ink. And this is really crucial. You want to make sure that you're using an anti-static powder tool. It is the most important tool, I think, when doing heat embossing to get that good result. That to the side. Without it, you're just going to end up with powder just all over the place where you don't want it to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and melt this with my heat tool. Okay, so there we have our sentiment. And I think that's going to look really, really cool. So I'm just going to flap it about a little bit just to help it sort of cool down a touch. And then we can just rub off any of that excess anti-static powder. You can also use things like talcum powder. It does smell like talcum powder to me. It just basically stops any static on your card, whether it's from the oils in your fingers, whether it's just naturally anything that's sat on the surface of your cardstock, whatever it might be. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna trim around. This cardstock feels a bit weird. I'm not sure what it is. I just picked it up out of my scrap bin. So let's just fussy cut around this. I would really love to have brought out some dies to die cut these. But I didn't end up going down that road. I am hoping to bring out some more stamps and expand the products. Obviously at the minute I'm just sort of focusing on those patterned papers because it is something that I can do from home, because I do have a good printer that I bought last year, no, the year before. So I'm able to print sort of good quality paper and borderless as well. So I'm kind of sticking with that. I'm thinking about doing some coloured cardstock pieces or some pieces to go with the packs, so like some embellishment packs and things like that. Let's see. Oh, I don't know where all my bits have gone now. So we've got a couple of stars. Oh, here we go. So let's just bring back my mat. Oh yes, I remember. We did a little ink blending, didn't we? Around it. It's all coming back to me now. So I was thinking about having that sort of there. And oh, excuse me, that's my phone. I wanted to kind of have it look like it was sat on top of the congratulations, maybe something like that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pop my sentiment up on some foam, just so we have a little bit of dimension going on. Another one. So these foam pads as well, if you're interested, I picked up from Amazon. They come in quite a big pack. I can't honestly remember how much they are because I haven't bought any for a little while, because they do last quite well. But what I like is obviously you've got the 3 different sizes, but the smallest ones do seem to work really well for the majority of projects. Okay, so there we have that. Let's grab our glue. Let's pop him in the middle, like so. So again, I knew that I would make a card like this eventually, but you know, I probably wouldn't have made it in like this kind of theme. I probably would have forgotten actually that I had these little critters as well. Oh, I did want to put that behind there, didn't I? So yeah, I've probably made a completely different kind of card than what I would have if we didn't do it with this Lucky Dip kind of style. So there we have that. Let's add, excuse me, let's add our stars. Let's put one there. I do want to, what do I want to, I think, yeah, let's just bring it back down here, like so. Okay, I wonder if we want to add some Nuvo drops. We could come in with some silver. We can't use white because the white will pick up the distress ink from the background. So let's just go in with a nice silver. And we're going to go for an odd number as well. So we've got 4. Let's just do that. There we go, and I think that is going to be our project for today. Also, that was a liquid mercury. So yeah, that is our project. So let's just bring back our Lucky Dip pieces here. And so we need you to create a artwork page using distress inks for a congratulations card with a purple theme. Now let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know if you think that we achieved this brief, if you like, that we have got. I'm really happy, and I've actually made a card as well that I needed to make eventually anyway, so I'm glad that I've got this sorted and ready to go. But yeah, to me with the artwork page, it's more with a card. I maybe wouldn't typically go straight in and think, oh, you know, we'll do all these techniques. We'll do the stenciling, the ink blending, the you know, adding water to it, doing the shimmer powder, things like that. Like, I don't know, I just think that maybe I wouldn't necessarily go straight there if I knew that I was making a card. But making a postcard or an artwork page, for me, that's telling me that I need to add lots of things. There's going to be loads of things going on. But yeah, it means then I can also turn that into a card as well, which is really, really fun, you know, to actually use it. You can just create an artwork page to put on the wall. Maybe if it wasn't so much distress inks, maybe I'd have made, maybe I'd gone down the route of making something that didn't turn out to be put on a card. But again, you know, the same as one we made last week where it was the postcard, you know, we can absolutely pop that onto a card front if you want to. It's just a starting point, a jumping off point, and getting us using some products that we wouldn't normally just sort of automatically reach for. So that is going to be this week's Lucky Dip card making. Yeah, I'm super happy with this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And let me know if this is something that you've joined in with as well. I do think it is really, really fun. But for now, I absolutely need to tidy up my desk. So that's going to be it for this video. So thanks very much for watching and happy crafting.